Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a real treat. Coming to the stage, he is the hardest working veterinarian in show business because he is the only veterinarian in show business. Please give a huge Denver welcome to Kevin Fitzgerald.
Nice to be proud. Anybody on a first date? How about a last date? Guess only one of you would know. I was so nervous back there. I was sitting there sweating like a FEMA director watching the Weather Channel. And you know what FEMA stands for? Forget everything, move away. I think so. Ice fishing. How much do you have to hate your old lady to go ice fishing? And how dumb must the fish be? Right? And if the ceiling opened up right now and a pot pie came down, would you be suspicious? Honey, did we order a pizza? What's with the banks? How come the banks are so snotty to us? Remember when the banks were really nice? You opened up a new account. They gave you a wonderful gift, didn't they? Like a toaster. Went to the bank this week, made a deposit. They gave me this thermos. That's an awful gift. Look how neat, but they were a friendly bank. As I was driving away, they're all waving at me. A very friendly bank. I'm 55, but I read at a 57-year-old level. I'm so old I remember preparation A. My mother wrecks every joke. I mean, you can't...
Are you going down to the comedy works to tell jokes?
Yeah?
Tell me a joke, funny man.
Gotta be careful to tell your mother a joke. Two guys went into a bar.
Are they brothers?
Well, they could be.
Start again, say two brothers went into a bar. Go ahead.
Two brothers went into a bar.
Do they like each other?
Now you don't even know who's in the bar. But the other day at the practice, this woman came in, she had this little puppy, and she was worried the puppy had been poisoned. And she goes, "My puppy's been poisoned. Quick, quick, someone give me an anecdote." I told her two guys went into a bar. They're brothers, and they certainly like each other. I grew up right here in Denver. I come from a big Irish Catholic family. I got 6 brothers. My mother told us one time, you know, one of you is adopted. And I'm not going to tell you which one it is. I got to narrow down. I think it's either my brother Patrick or my brother Chow Ling. Tell you a few more things about myself. I wear thick glasses. I don't tell everybody that. My glasses are pretty thick. When I was little, I couldn't go to national parks because anything I looked at burst into flames. He's drinking Coke. Got 11 days of sobriety. Not in a row. You write the best jokes about what you know about. I'm a veterinarian here in town. And it's hard because they ask you silly questions being a veterinarian. Someone called me up and said, "Doctor, do gerbils have individual fingerprints like human beings?" Why? You missing some wood chips? You go out and dust right away, get the CSI people. A woman comes in with a pot-bellied pig and she's like, "He makes a pretty good pet, but woo, what a smell." He's a pig. Pigs are interesting as pets because our dogs look up to us and our cats look down at us, and pigs treat us as equals. We're doing now a 10th season on our television show on Animal Planet of Emergency Res. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. And as veterinarians, we don't know always what would make a good story. That's why we have wonderful producers and people that know what makes the story. You know, my stuff is too dry, and it makes, you know, and they like, you know, drama and trauma and dun 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 dun, you know. But I know one thing they like. They like the happy endings. They like it when the little cat has had abdominal surgery and now he's home and he's back at his house drinking his milky and playing with his bolly and everything's right with the world, right? Now, they tell the people that they're going to come and film. And they're in 92 million homes in the United States and 110 million homes in the rest of the world. And they give the people tons of heads up that they're going to come. If you knew that your house was going to be in 200 million homes, you'd think you might pick up a little bit. No, they never do. The places are always in shambles. And last week we went to this old lady's house to see her little cat come home. And we get there, and the old lady has curlers on. And not regular curlers either, like the old lady kind with the sponge and the spike that sticks in their skull. I didn't even know they still made those. But I got to thinking, where is she going after this that more than 200 million people are going to see her? She's got a really big gig after this one. She's singing at the Super Bowl with Garth Brooks or something. Sometimes people recognize you. From the show, I was at the airport and was going to Seattle to give a veterinary lecture, and this little kid came up to me and goes, "Hey, you look like that animal guy from TV." "Well, little man, I am." He goes, "You wish." Went to vet school in Fort Collins. Oh, thank you. If the guy sitting next to me would have applied himself, I would have done a lot better. At that time, the vet school was divided into a large animal side and a small animal side. The big animal side stayed open all night working on the sick farm animals. The little animal side closed at 5:30. It's about 10 o'clock on a Friday night. I'm working on the horse side with an old retired horse guy. A lady comes over to our side with a parakeet. She goes, "The parakeet won't eat, something's on his nose." I look, the parakeet's got a growth between the feather and the beak. I think we can take the electrocautery needle that we sizzle the horse's warts off with and fry it off the side of his little skull. I was a student. I was a student. I go in the back, I tell the horse guy, "Hey, the little animal side is closed, the lady's out here, she's got a parakeet." He goes, "We're the horse guys, we don't do that stuff." I go, "Come on." He goes, "All right." I take the bird in the back. He takes the ether bell that you put over the horse's face, puts it over the parakeet, and turns the ether up to about 4. Ether is a bad anesthetic. It's a vasodilator. They bleed more. It's flammable. He touches a 2,600-degree electrocautery needle to the side of the bird's head. Bam! It was all over the ceiling, all over the front of my smock. I was in shock. What are we going to tell that lady, Professor? He goes, "Let me handle it." So he says, "Madam, the cancer was spread farther than we anticipated. Can we take her home and bury her in the yard in a cigar box?" Why don't you try and remember the way she was? A couple of years ago at work, my gallbladder ruptured. Man, and I didn't know what was happening. I was scared and hurt, and I didn't know. I ended up down in the basement of St. Joseph's Hospital. And you don't know what's happening, and you're filling out forms, and you know, you're scared, you're embarrassed. You know, and I had this hatchet-faced nurse sitting there, and she's grumpy looking. She looked like a ferret with earrings. They put you on a gurney, and they're rolling you up to the next available surgery suite, and she looks over and she goes, "Hey!" No, God, I peed in the wrong bottle. I did something wrong. She goes, "You're scared, aren't you?" I went, "Yeah, I'm scared. I never had surgery before, you know?" And she reached across, and she hugged me. And it's such a cool thing, and she was so gentle, you know? And she said, "Don't be scared. When you come out, I'll be right there. I take such good care of my people." She goes, "You know, every morning I say, today, nobody's going to be scared on my shift. Isn't that nice?" And that's what we have to do, and be nice to each other. Thanks a million.